Hello, I'm Brother Carter.
And I am... who am I? Okay.
Start over. Hello, I'm Brother Carter.
And I am Val.
And we have a new show called
Tasteful and Toxic.
Coming out when?
Every Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. Check us out.
Tune in. Let's go. Welcome to another edition of Tasteful and Toxic. I'm your main man, Brother Carter, Mr. C, a.k.a. Mr. C, should I say. And wow, we have another show today. We're talking about being
Celibate.
I wanted him to say how he said.
Okay, they want you to say it.
Say it your way. This your show.
This your show.
I want to see it right.
Okay, say it your way.
So we don't talk about being I don't even know what to say.
You say it, celebrate. That's okay, baby. Say it.
We all talk about being celibate today, and most of the time when you hear the subject of being celibate, you think of nuns and priests and stuff like that, you know, and people in church and giving their lives to God. And when you hear words like celibate, being celibate, you don't never hear this from just normal people, everyday people, should I say? And so today we have on the show some everyday people,
some normal people,
and they practice celibacy.
Well, you know what? I'm not.
And
You this show here.
Wait a minute. Well, you gonna cut me off before I finish with my monologue? I got my monologue coming up.
Yeah. I'm your co-host.
Yes, yeah. And so today we do have on the show people that are actually practicing celibacy and have been doing so for a couple years now. Should I say
5 years for her?
106.
6 years for Tierra.
3
years for
maybe 3.5 now.
Girl, yes.
And then and I know y'all saying, Brother God, that's unheard of for normal people. Normal people don't do that.
Normal people.
Yeah, us normal folk, we don't even think about being celibate. Well, we don't think about that at all.
So we're not normal. What are we?
So that's what I'm saying, y'all.
Right.
Y'all bringing some reality to something that most people don't even identify with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so we're going to talk about that today on Tasteful and Toxic. What you got today?
You through with your monologue?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Because you look like you just ready to jump in.
And I'm not toxic.
Okay.
I'm just going to let y'all know why. It was so good over on the other show that we do.
We ain't going to talk about the other show.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about that because this didn't come out out of the air. And so it was so good that we couldn't step away from it, that we had to come have this conversation over on this side where we can let our hair completely down. We let it down over there.
Yeah.
But I do think that what I love about your show, we're just free to be, free to be just.
And so before we start the show, I'm going to give us serenity prayer. God, give us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen.
Amen.
And so, wow, let's talk about it today, ladies. Christina, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
All right. You're so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. And it's just an honor to have you on the show. Every time I get an opportunity to have you in my presence, my heart just move a different way.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right.
You bring such grace to the show, and do appreciate having you around.
And she's a great friend to the family.
Yes. Christina is we love you back.
Right back.
Yeah.
Right back.
So what does the celibate look like to you? What does that mean to you?
Well, I practice abstinence.
Abstinent versus celibate. That word. Yeah.
Yes. I like
so what's the difference? What's the difference between
one of them is a vow, like Tierra spoke about earlier. One is a vow to say that I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to be married to where I'm just never having sex. And like
that's
you said,
celibate.
And a lot of priests make that vow.
Yeah.
For me, of course, I've had sex before. I have a son and everything. But I made that decision when I started to have a closer relationship with God. That's what I wanted to do, to honor him and just to honor my body, and then to follow the word too as well.
All right. You're a firm believer in Romans chapter 12, huh?
Yes.
Present your
Treat
body
as a
living sacrifice.
Yeah. Holy. Come on now.
Right.
Yeah.
Finish
Acceptable.
Yeah.
Because there is a prize on the other
Yeah,
side.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so how long have you practiced abstinence?
It's been 3.5 years, I think, because it's come up in January. I remember the date, the time, everything.
Yeah. You know the date and everything when it started?
You don't know the time, baby. She said,
okay.
I remember.
This is the day. She was like, this is it. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm not playing.
I went too far.
When she got up out that bed, she said, "This is the last
the
time."
flow.
Yeah.
This is it.
This is it.
Wow. Yeah. So we're gonna come back to you. I want to introduce my second guest on the show today, Tierra. Tierra, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm great. I'm always great when I'm here.
Yeah, you another one. You know, you make my heart go pity pat too.
Pity pat.
You know? I just want to say I think you're so beautiful. You're so kind. You're so filled with the Holy Spirit, and you just have good vibes. And here on Tasteful and Toxic, my wife and I, we just love you to death.
Oh God. If you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Okay. Tierra just kind of came into my life. That's how God's been doing things in this season. He's just putting people in my life, and they just in our lives, especially my life, they just go whoom. And they're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
It's like no door is closed, no hesitant comes up. It's just they belong.
Yeah.
And
that's what's so welcoming. And to be able to just tell you guys how beautiful you are, how much you mean to us, and she not get jealous about me saying that.
That's the most confident woman in the world. Never.
But she knows where it comes from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
And I don't want to end with that. And I do want to say this. She came to my birthday celebration, and she came in her authentic self. She didn't try to, I don't know how Miss Carter's going to take me. I don't know how to do this. Or maybe I need to dress this and I need to wear this down to here. She just came up in the party.
Did. And she had all the men over there with the onion face.
Ain't none of them step. Not one step.
Everybody was like,
I said all of that to say, because that, again, God knows my personality. He knows my heart. So he only puts those type of people in my life in this season that can be who they are all the time, because he knows I'm going to call them out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to move them out if they're fake.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
and she's not fake. So let's talk about being celibate. Are you celibate or abstinent?
I am abstinent.
You're
I
abstinent.
plan to have sex.
All right, then, girl. You better tell the people. She do plan to have it.
Unless, if God say no.
Yeah.
If I'm never married, then,
No, we're not
So
abstinent
means that you're not going to have sex until you get married.
Until I'm married, yeah.
That's what that means. And celibate
means
that other word means that
you don't even want marriage. Not even going to get married. Yeah.
So be careful, ladies, when you say that.
Yeah,
you don't want to speak
Don't speak that on yourself.
Yeah, but that means you cut the jujus, the good parts out.
What you mean the jujus? You mean like the clippings?
Yeah, that if you're being celibate, don't that mean you gotta do some snipping or something like that?
What are you talking about, baby?
I don't know. Hell, I don't know nothing about being no celibate.
Celibate. Well, wait. First of all, we trying to understand.
Celibate. I'm trying to.
Okay, so we trying to understand what you cutting.
The things that give you the thing that give you the
that's a hysterectomy.
My husband's literally thinking that you got to go to the doctor, and the doctor got to cut something out.
You got to cut the desires out.
You got to go to the doctor Jesus and allow him to cut some stuff out of you.
Okay.
So you can be abstinent and still have
your regular organ,
hormone,
all of that. Yeah,
it's still there.
But that's where the discipline comes in.
It's like
you
training.
You can still do the orgasm and all that kind of stuff.
No, brother.
Well, yeah.
Help him.
Wait. You're not abstinent. So okay. So I'm talking to the abstinent ladies right now.
I just need to sit over here and shut the hell up.
There ain't nothing abstinent about you right now, so
Yo,
I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead, baby.
So,
I'm just gonna sit and look pretty.
In the continuation for the people in the back of the room that don't understand what being abstinent, being a young beautiful ladies like yourselves being abstinent and abstaining from sexual activity, and maybe you have a boyfriend. Maybe, I don't know. Can you have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Being abstinent.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
I have a question.
But this show is get out of control.
I think this show gonna go a little longer than it intended to go.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, when practicing abstinence,
Wait a minute. I don't see you. Can you turn that camera toward yourself? If you're gonna
I don't think I have it ready.
You don't
Give me
have
1 second.
No. Go on, ask your question.
Okay.
Then. Yeah, that's Abigail.
Abigail, the
that's the
executive media
producer.
coordinator.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They know.
Y'all
me.
know who she is.
Y'all don't act like
Yeah.
y'all know. Don't
Better act like you know
They
Abigail.
recognize the voice. It's okay. So my question is, when practicing abstinence, I think different people have an idea on what sex is, right? So I've always considered sex to be if you orgasm or if you are being physical with someone with the intent to orgasm, that is sex to me, no matter how it happens, right? But some people...
What you mean orgasm?
You know what I mean.
I don't know.
Don't act brand new.
Well, let me ask this question.
Well, that's why I say the intent to orgasm too, right? Because sometimes it doesn't happen, but that's the goal.
But what is orgasm?
Orgasm is when...
Wait a minute. Now you 90 years old talking about what's an orgasm.
Well, somebody might not know. What is an orgasm?
I don't know.
Look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
Okay,
Since you talk about orgasm, and we're going to get back to the subject in a minute, though, but why is it once a woman have an orgasm, they think they got to have it every time?
Because they do. That's what sex is.
Baby, why? What are we doing?
Don't be toxic. Now you're the toxic one. Don't be toxic. Don't be toxic now.
Once y'all learn about what an orgasm is, it's just like, you can't have sex unless you...
yeah.
Okay, so help me. Okay, see, you told me to sit
You're
over
taking
here.
my question a different direction.
But go ahead.
This is your show, but I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. But some people think, that sex is penetration, strictly penetration, and anything outside of penetration isn't sex, right? So I want to know what y'all's definition of like how far are you willing to go is what I'm asking.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Christina. You start.
I mean, for me personally, right now, like I'm not going anywhere. Like I don't even think I wouldn't lay in a bed with a man.
What about kissing?
Touching. Yeah, I would kiss me. Some people don't even kiss until the altar.
Yeah.
Like, nothing.
That's a good question.
I wouldn't, I don't think I'll do that. I don't think he's calling me to that. But if he do, I would, but I don't want to. But sex, I think, is just intimacy on, a sexual level, with a person.
But
and,
don't kissing lead to...
Right. So that's why you got to be careful with the kissing.
With the type of kissing you're doing,
exactly.
How long, what you're touching while you're
Jump
kissing.
in there because her eyes lit up. I read the room, baby. I got your back. She was like, okay, what
you did that like she orgasming it over there.
What you say about that kissing? What happened? What's the tricks going on?
Oh Lord. So I believe that it's nothing. But I will say,
wait a minute, what's nothing?
I mean, as
nothing?
far as if you're practicing abstinence, you shouldn't do nothing.
Oh,
and I say that because when you're in a relationship, and this is for me, when I was in a relationship, it got sticky, right? There was never, intercourse.
That's what orgasms will do, get sticky.
Brother Carter, you can't take him nowhere. I thought we were talking about abstinence.
Oh, okay.
I gotta get it back over here.
So we gotta rewind.
Jeez.
Retake.
But it does get
Complicated.
It does get more complicated when you're in a relationship and figuring out how to navigate that. And I will say that it was my first time in a relationship since starting my abstinence journey. And there were some compromises in some way, I would say, but also knowing that the line is still, we're not doing that. And then even with that, it was like,
I'm not really doing
we don't
this
need
ain't
to.
real.
Yeah, like
I'm playing games. I'm compromising with God is what I'm asking him for.
Even with that, the goal was still nothing. So I think.
So you like doing cold turkey or something like that, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, because when you move the line,
come on,
yes. Tell the truth. Shame the
it
devil.
makes it a lot easier to cross the line.
Right.
When you start moving and it's not fixed.
Like, I'm just gonna smoke weed. I ain't gonna do crack.
Right. Like, you know.
Yeah. I'm just gonna sit in the crack house, but I ain't gonna smoke.
I ain't gonna
Right.
smoke. Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so for me, moving forward, well, even when I was in that, it was but nothing. Just because it makes it
5
going on 6. It'll be 6
so
in March.
let's think back almost 6 years ago when you first made this decision.
Yes.
And how difficult and how long did it take for you just permanently said, this is it. This I'm not
playing. I'm not compromising.
Yeah.
I'm not moving goalposts. I'm not doing none of that.
Yes, because that had to be.
You said
that goal that, like you say, that had to been a. I don't know if you can just stop all of a sudden.
You don't know if you can. Don't be asking. Don't put that.
No, I'm just saying. Period.
Yeah, you can. That's you. You don't know if you can. But
you mean like how many attempts before it was like the real thing? Like
I mean, when I got off crack cocaine, I went 6 months, and then I was, it was a 6-month period. It was like,
relapse?
Yeah. So was there like a relapse period?
Yeah. There was a relapse. Well, no. Because I don't say that it started until when I started. So anything before that where I was still engaging, I hadn't started yet.
It wasn't started.
Okay.
When I was still having sex, I hadn't started. But it wasn't until No. So I'll say the encounter that I had that made me want to stop with the whole
I want to get to
all
that,
of that
too.
stuff. Yeah. So that happened around 2016. 2017 going into 18 is when I was in another relationship after that. And I went back to sleeping. And the thing about that is
sleeping, having sex?
Having sex, yes. So the thing about that too is, so the guy.
Bless his heart. Bless your heart.
The guy, I had explained to him that, I just came out of something not long ago. This is my intention moving forward. And he talked a lot like, if I see you throw that thing at me, I'm a run. Like, I don't want that from you. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, talk all that game. And
the lies he told.
Right. And I remember one of my friends was saying, I feel like he tried to play on that to try to get close to you because he wanted to date you or whatever. But for a while, the relationship was long distance and it felt very safe because it was long distance because there wasn't any temptation there. But then when I moved, that's when
he saw exactly who he was.
And this is how funny it is. I remember overhearing him on a conversation with one of his friends on the phone. He was trying to talk in code, but he was like planning
to get at you.
Yep. And at the time, it was just like, am I tripping? Like, blah, 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 blah. But no, then he tried. And then I ended up being in a sexual relationship with him. We were together. We were in a sexual relationship. And then we got out like early 2018. And then that's when I was like, I'm not doing that no more.
God revealed.
Yeah, because as a man, when you say you abstain, being abstinent from sexual activity, and I'm a pursuer,
you're gonna do it.
That's going to intrigue me more.
Yeah, so you have to be serious.
To pursue. Yeah.
So you coming there, you throwing everything at the everything.
Oh yeah. And so.
Wow.
Let me see how I can put this.
I'm glad you're being honest. Put it out there.
Brother Carter, do it.
Yeah.
Just so like do it.
So have you? Okay. Brother
Carter trying to make sure you clean it up because he want to be respectful.
Do you? Are you at a point where you can actually talk to a man about not having sex with them?
Yeah.
You're at a point where you can talk about that and not have any reaction of
I'll help you out. He's what he's trying to say is, are you at a point where you're able to have that conversation with a man, and then knowing that you're attracted to this man, you're laying it down, saying to him, I don't care how much I don't care what you do, what you say, we ain't doing that.
So one of the things I did in my last relationship, and again, things got whatever, but
2018.
Early on, I said, hey, like, what is it that would turn you on in that way, so that we can both be clear of what we don't need to do.
Okay.
And so we kind of laid those things out up front. But if we're on a date or we're dating and I like you, I feel like it's fair to let you know that up front.
I'm not going to do that.
I'm going to let you know up front if I feel like it's going somewhere. I think kind of Christina said that earlier.
Do you
jump in, Christina?
Deter take sexy clothing and stuff like that? Do you stop wearing that in front
Absolutely
of?
not.
Can I ask
I'm
question?
sorry.
When you say sexy clothing, can you
elaborate?
Yeah.
I mean, because
so that's so sexist.
I'm not trying to be sexist,
I know
I'm just trying to be real. Okay, so both of you are very beautiful and sexy ladies.
Okay.
Point blank. And so no matter what you put on, you're gonna be sexy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Christina's sitting over there with a zipper all the way down and got, and she's saying she's sustaining from sex, but she ain't got the zip all the way up.
Why?
But I'm just saying that's how. I'm just talking about. I'm a man on the show, and I'm trying to give you the view what the man gonna be seeing, and you telling me you want to stay away from sex, but you got your zip all the way down, and you're sitting up here looking at me like this here. What am I supposed to do with me?
You're supposed to be disciplined.
Discipline in your
but then the thing is,
but you supposed to be disciplined,
we got the discipline, but
not.
they don't.
Right. Exactly.
I can't make up for that.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm not carrying that burden.
You are in charge of what you allow your eyes to lead you to do.
You got to understand what you're dealing with when you get me.
There
and
you go.
It's bigger than
because I'm gonna be
what she look like or what she is and all that kind of stuff. You got to understand that it comes with a real big responsibility with dealing with me, and it may not be worth it to you.
And so you don't have to dumb yourself down.
Not for anybody. I know. No. I mean, I am going to be conscious about
what you wear around the house,
right? Yeah, I'm not
hanging out at home.
I ain't gonna be in no booty shit. You ain't gonna be in no booty.
I'm not gonna do stuff that's gonna entice you. Period. Like when I go to church, I'm not gonna wear something that may entice the pastor's eyes. Men have eyes. But I mean, it's just gonna be hard.
But let's just be frank.
He comes out.
I thought we were already being frank, right?
You're gonna not stop the wandering eye.
No,
you're not gonna stop. There's nothing you can put on. I mean, unless you just raggedy yourself out, and then still somebody gonna be like,
because the man is in charge of like his self-control,
right?
And if
his self-control is to make you lose your self-control. And so and
I can't be responsible for that.
So you have to be responsible for yourself, and it looked like you guys have done that very well over the time. And I don't know if you just haven't ran into the right guy. I don't know if.
And to be honest, too, I haven't been in a relationship where, the real temptation comes.
Yeah.
I haven't had that.
She's just getting out the door.
I'm just starting back with the dating and things like that. I have. So I haven't experienced the full
blast of just what it's gonna be.
And it's just learning to navigate when you get in relationships. You'll learn what the boundaries are. Like I had to learn the hard way. Okay, these are the boundaries. Like
I think that's like anything you do in life. I mean, obviously I'm not celibate or I'm not sustaining. At all. But I do think that it's with anything that you do in life, it's not about the other person. It's about you, your discipline, your desires, what you want. And I think that it's not fair to put on somebody else's insecurities and then me clothe myself in it. I'm going to I dress nice as a lady all the time.
Yeah.
How I dress has nothing to do with you giving you permission to handle me. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Somebody that I was dating, he was saying that because one of my love languages is physical touch, and we were in a relationship, and we did the quiz together, and we were talking about it, and he was saying that I'm not used to physical touch unless we finna do something.
Mhm.
And I was just like, well, that's my love language. So he got used to like if I would touch him on the shoulder or something, or like touch him on like I'm not trying to get your gears going. That's just how I touch people when I'm around them. So it was a learning process for him because he'd never done it before. And I mean, I had neither in a relationship.
Maybe he just respected you enough to
just hold on. Because for me, if I understood
that probably
had
still
that situation, it was a trigger for him. So I would be like, okay, this is my boundaries. And what I have to do, like I'm gonna have to take that back. Like I can't touch because I'm an affectionate person. I like to touch and just rub just naturally when I talk and stuff. But I know that can entice him. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to scale back on it if we gonna make this thing work.
Oh wow,
Brother, this sounds like this has got to be.
Can I also say something?
Yes, ma'am. Jump in.
Also too, if the purpose of dating, when we get into a relationship, I'm abstaining until marriage, I feel like it also kind of, I don't want to say puts the pressure, but it can put pressure on like, you need to make a decision. Because I don't want to keep rejecting you.
Right.
And this is a more difficult situation for me to abstain in because we're around each other so much. So it kind of puts it like, if you gonna deal with me,
if we're here to just
I'm not here to play with you and be your girlfriend for 5 years.
That weeds them out though too, because it don't take a man it don't take years to know if she's the one. Because guess what? When God speaks to them, and God know what you're doing, God gonna speak to them right then and there. I had a man
say that God told me you was it, and he still didn't want to go. Okay, right? Because I can't give you no more time.
It's over. It's over,
and it's a tempting situation to be in. So I do think it moves things along. When you do get in relationships, it's like, are you serious about me? Are you ready to commit? Because if not, we don't need to keep ourselves in temptation.
Oh, Brother Carter, I don't know about you, but this ain't my show. But that's a good way to end it.
Temptation. I just want to commend you to the both of you for not being nuns and just being regular ladies.
Oh my God.
And still being able to this.
I'm sorry.
No, serious. I mean, I'm playing, but I'm very serious because, in the world in which we live today, sex has to be on the priority of everything that exists.
Because that's how they're putting it out there.
I mean, that's what's out there. I mean, no matter where you go, what radio station you listen to, TV show you listen to, music you listen to, everything says sex.
But why though? And that's what we don't. Well, maybe
that's the way of the world.
Too. But why is it pushing sex? Because they know how detrimental sex is to you. Well, that was for the other show.
Yeah. I mean, because we're here in this world.
Yeah.
And y'all are true testaments of what it means to be in this world. But not be of this world. And you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And so many of us are still of the world. That's why we continue to be entangled.
Two things of the way of the world.
Right. The way of the world.
Come on, brother.
And so when you're in the world, you do what the world say. Like they said, when you're in Rome, you do as the Romans do.
Yeah.
And so to set yourself apart like that is to be commended.
Yes.
So I do want to commend you ladies for doing such a thing like that.
And can I say something as a mama and a good Judy and a sister?
Yeah.
Look, men, boys that's out there, don't come playing look at these ladies. You see these ladies? If you're gonna approach these ladies, come ready. Don't come playing, because truly God has spoken to these ladies. They have the discernment to be able to read your bull crap. And they will read your bull crap. Don't waste their time. But when you come, if you're choosing to date ladies like this, make sure that you got your stuff together. So you need to do some self-reflection and gain some discipline. And that's all I'm going to say.
All right. That's good. All right. Discipline. Hold on to your integrity at all costs, and, don't divert from what you made a promise to God. You made a promise to God. Hold on to that. Yeah. Long as humanly possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they gonna hold on to
it. And it takes the grace of God too. Like it's not just like, I'm so strong, I'm so disciplined.
Right.
It really is by the grace of God. Because 6 years,
baby.
Maybe move. I need to go over here because Tierra too close to me right now.
You don't want to
this has been a great addition to Tasteful and Toxic today, and we are so grateful to have had Christina and Tierra on the show today to talk about abstinence. And it do exist.
Baby, don't act like y'all don't know.
It do exist today. I mean, I know it's hard to fathom that people are being abstinent in this time and day in our lives, but these two ladies have shown us that and telling us that it can be done. Mm-hmm. You can abstain from sexual activity to get your life right with God. You can. That is possible.
You can do that.
You can abstain from drugs and alcohol to get your life right with God. You can do that. These ladies spend a lot of time with God in prayer and reading scriptures to edify themselves in God and try to strengthen themselves in the Lord. And you need that when you're trying to do something different than what everyone else is doing. So God bless you. We love you for being on the show and sharing your story. I know there's a lot more that we can cover on this subject, but time matters. For time's sake, we just can't cover everything.
There you go.
It needs to be covered.
Just keep coming back. You never know. You might get a little bit more.
Yeah. So thank y'all again. Any final words? Any final remarks, Christina?
I just want to say thank you guys for having me on the show. You know. Thank you, for allowing us to share our story. Yeah, making us feel good about it.
Yeah. I mean, it couldn't be an easy subject to talk about, but it is easy for you because you both accepted where you are, and right. Yeah. And so, thank you for being so vulnerable enough to even share the story.
I think it's a testament to what you said earlier on the other show we were on about women. We are a powerful being. There is absolutely nothing we could not do without God and the strength and what He has put inside of us. When we set our mind to something,
y'all doing the damn thing.
There you go. Then so keep on.
Black women out here doing the doggone thing.
I don't even want.
I won't say women. Period.
Yeah, I don't want to just say black women because I think I know where you're coming from with that because Black women have been suppressed for so long. But I think women are doing the thing out here because I think some men.
Y'all stop waiting on us. Y'all said, look here, I ain't waiting on them no more. I'm doing my own thing.
I think so many men have, and it is no testament to them not wanting to be a man. I think that they have gotten to a place where they're compromising their standards to make ends meet for whatever reason.
No. As men, I can speak on men's behalf. We're just lazy. We're sorry.
Well, not all of them, baby. No,
lazy and sorry. When I say that, I'm not saying all.
Oh, I know.
I'm not saying all. I'm speaking for the mass majority.
It's some lazy.
We're just sorry and lazy. Okay. That's all it is. Period.
Well, I want to leave hope out there because we have daughters and I have friends and I have really good Judys out there. There are some great men out there because I have one. Yeah. So I want to say this: hey, men, step up to the plate. Stop feeling like a woman has to make you whole. The same source that they're hooked up to, go get hooked up to it too.
Please.
And, and then get in front of your queen and be prepared to receive.
Well, I have another story about, another show about men and their lack thereof.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have that one, but I did want to just make sure, and I know this is your show because
it ain't my show, it's the people's show.
Okay, there you go. I do believe, my friends always say, oh, we need to find a man like you have. I'm grateful, but nobody knows the journey to get where he's at. And so my journey is my journey. But there are some good men out there, but there are some men that need to come on now. Get your business right.
We waiting on y'all.
They waiting on you. You got some helpful women out here.
Y'all want a man that tab words and stuff like that. But y'all got to be crazy as hell.
I love you.
Tear them up together.
There you go. Nobody not say nothing about my man tearing up his words.
I like it better when you say it wrong. Why are you saying it right on here?
Yes. Why you trying to be all perfect?
You ain't saying it wrong one time since you've been on this show.
Why is that? What's the word?
Say it.
Go on and hit it.
Celebrate.
Celibate.
Sullivan, that's what
Celibate. It's not celebrate.
Sullivan.
You want her to hit you
Like
on
He said celebrate.
She wants you to. You want her to hit you on your hand for Miss Hay.
Sullivan.
Abigail is telling us that we got to cut this show, Lauren. She got to go.
Thank you, Abigail.
You're welcome. That's
Thank
what
you,
I'm here
Christina. Thank you, Tierra. Thank you,
y'all.
Val.
Thank y'all for
Another
having
show,
us.
another episode of Tasteful and Toxic with Brother Carter. We thank y'all for being on the show. Thank you for listening to the show. We love you.
He's
And
so
let us-
cool.
Till
He
next
just been
time.
wearing the heck
Till
out
the
of
next
his
time.
shades. You ain't coming on the Love and Victory show with that them shades on.
Bye.
Bye.